Hello, today I'm going to be showing you how to make some mask, kids characters mask. Um, I've got 10 grandchildren, and my especially one of my grandsons who's into all these characters, has asked me. I've already made him mask, and now he's asked me to make him Flash, and his brother's asked me to make him Iron Man. I've actually got a list of the ones that they want me to make, but I thought I'll just show you how it all started with making masks. I had one of these eye patches for sleeping at night. So with that, I can't remember my original cutout, but basically I cut out one of these so that you would have the right size, and then measured it against my face and cut out the eyes. When you're making patterns, it's ideal if you could just bend it in half, and then you would bend your newspaper or whatever paper that you're going to be using, something a bit thicker would be ideal, to fold it in half, and then draw it that way. So ideally with this one you would fold it, so there's the fold, and you would put it like so and draw against it, and also the eye. And it's always handy making sure that you've got a pair of scissors that you only use for paper cutting. So I've got a bit of string tied on this one, and this is the one that I use for cutting paper. So once you've managed to get a template, if you like, then it's, there's so many things you can make. So like I said, this is going to be a Flash mask, and because this was quite a thin felt, I ended up cutting this into two. I was going to do in double, like do it together so that it would become a bit more thicker, and then having these inserted in between the two. That was the idea I came out with. That I was going to do it that way. Was it this way? Yeah, so that could be one of them, for instance, that you could have that as Flash. And with the Iron Man, right, so that's how it all began. And I've made so many masks, and they love it. They all play with it, and it's great. With the Iron Man, I've sort of like drew it, having a look on the internet and getting an idea of what it's supposed to be like, and then had another. What I've done was cut that into two, so I had two of those, and then one of them I cut around it to give me this. But originally both the pieces were exactly the same, so then you had the eyes sitting exactly the same, you had your the nose rest, and it fits inside your pattern. So that's going to be the Iron Man. Last year when I made them all like Batman, kept on trying different ones, and like I said, I've always have a fold and then cut it. I can't even remember what these were, but they're all, I think they're the eyes for the Spider-Man. Yep. So there I've got a Spider-Man mask. So I've done a pattern for that. We've done all sorts, really. Like I said, I've done so many different characters. I've done all the Ninja Turtles, and then all you do is you just put a elastic band. This was one of the Batman, my first one, which was done on a thin felt, and then I've done it on a thicker felt. This, I tried this and I didn't like it, so that's why I ended up making a round one. This was just the leftover pieces that I made into Hulk. Yeah, I just kept on practicing how to cut at Batman. I've done owls for the girls. So we've done like I said, I've cut so many of these on the end, and I was just making them all different masks. So that would be, say, an owl. So I'd have that, and then we'd have a nose. Obviously that's not the right cuts, but obviously you get the idea. All these pieces, I never throw them away, because then you can always decorate and might do other things with them. You know, a red one would go better maybe, and perhaps you could have the ears like so. So this is giving you ideas what you could do. So that's a little owl one, or you could make it into a teddy bear where you would then have the eyes higher. You know, just have a look on the internet and you get some ideas. I mean, I've done all like these wolf ones where you put that across, and then I would have, again, I think I had ears put on like that. Again, they were all fun to make. So yeah, again, another owl here. So, you know, sleepy eyes, that sort of thing. So it just gives you ideas. And then what I had done with all these cut out these sort of shape, I made these into like at parties. So all these little leftovers, for instance, so I would then put like just sticking pieces on and making them fun to, you know, play around with. Doesn't have to match each side. And doing like zigzag lines and stuff. I shall make some more and I'll put them on. I'll put pictures up, the ones that I've done as well, so you get an idea. So they're quite fun, and it's quite nice to have your children doing these with you. I mean, you can have put a bit of glitter, or you can put little beads on them. They can decorate themselves. You get all these stick-on shapes nowadays. That's quite easy. So you can do get those sticky bits, and they can decorate their own little masks for New Year and Christmas, or their birthday parties, and give it out to their friends. So they're quite fun. So I hope you'll give it a go. I quite enjoy making these, and especially once the kids play with them, it just makes you want to do them. This was another one. I don't even know what character this was, but that was another one that I did where I had two blacks and the yellow one in the middle. Perhaps you know what it was. Every time I see them, I learn a different character. They're brilliant. So anyway, so today I'm just going to show you how to cut one out. So let's cut, let's do the Iron Man. Right, so I'll just go and get my felt. Okay, and I have to apologise for the noise. There's some building work going on next door, so they're banging away. So this is the thick one, which I think they could turn out better. But there's nothing wrong with using the thin one. Or like I said, you can get the ones that are stick-on ones, so you can peel them off. And I mean, ideally with this one, I suppose we could really do a stick-on one. So you could have that a stick-on and just stick it on red. We'll see. So they're different types of felts, but they're good fun to work with. So once you've got your felt, like I said, if I was using the thin one, I would have folded the thin felt like so, and then you could put that on the fold and draw around it, and it's a lot easier. But because I'm going to do the thick felt, you will need to draw around it. So put your pattern down. I always tend to try and start from the middles. So here we are where the nose is. I'm just making sure. I'm using pencil. You can use any sort of like chalk or other markers, but it's just that because I'm going to be cutting it on the line itself, it doesn't really matter. And then what I'm going to do is do a zigzag stitch around the edge as well, so you won't see any marks on it at all. Basically just draw around it. Like I said, if you've got your kids around you, or you're, you know, or you're at school doing a project with the kids, they would love it, decorate it, and I'll tell you, they've got some imagination. It's funny, my little grandson, he asks me to draw him a character, and if I don't know the character, or if I'm drawing it wrong, he gets the right up. Oh, bless him. Hope that he's going to be happy. He loves it. So then we'll try and keep it still while we do the eyes. Oh dear. Oh, what I was going to say is, before you take it off, lift it up, make sure it has, you have drawn it like so before you take it away. Oh gosh. Then with your pair of scissors, what I tend to do is and then we can start cutting it. As you can see, I'm just cutting it on the line. Oh Lord. I'm sure you don't want me to carry on like this, so I'll have to stop it. Okay, before they start off again, I've cut round it, but I just wanted to show you about cutting the eyes. Where there's a long line, fold it up in half like this, so just do it slit. I will do one on the other side as well quickly before they start. And then once you've got your slit, you want one of these little scissors. They're like toenail scissors. So you would then start cutting it again on the edge. Like I said, to keep all these pieces, they come in quite handy. So I'll continue doing that one, and then what I'll do is I'll draw this onto, because it's going to be on top, I'm using a thinner one this time. I'll cut round that one as well, and then, well, let's see, I suppose I could start sewing it on so you can see how it's done. So I'll cut it up, and then I'll come back and we'll do the stitching. Okay, so we're ready to stitch now. I've pinned it so that it doesn't move. put it on the zigzag, and here we go, let's see. And there we have it. I've done zigzag, but obviously you don't have to do it on zigzag. I just think it looks pretty. Now I'm just going to go around the eyes, and then I'm going to go with red on the outside as well, and then with elastic band like that, try against your head, and just do it perhaps a tiny bit shorter for a child, but because they're stretched, that's fine. And then I'll be sewing them behind like so, and then that's it. That's all there is to it, to make yourself make the kids happy making them masks. So I'll turn it off and carry on stitching this, and then I'll come back once it's finished. Right, well, there we are. I zigzagged all the way around. You don't have to use zigzag, and I've also done the eyes, and then just tagged the elastic band. Right, that's that way, and I've just tried it on and it's fine. And then there's your Flash and Iron Man. So both of our masks are done. You know what kids are like. One wanted Flash and one wanted Iron Man, but they might like each other, so I'm just going to do two so they can have one of each. Always make sure that you clean all the end bits so it doesn't get into their eyes, but they'll have lots of fun playing with these, I'm sure. So go ahead, give it a go. Kids are wonderful, they've got great imagination, and it's just nice to help them away. If you haven't got a sewing machine, like I said, you've got all these stickable ones there. You can even cut it out on a cardboard and decorate it yourselves, putting all sorts of stickers on it. So there's so many different ways. So just use your imagination and help the kids have lots of fun. Okay, until next time, take care. Bye for now.